I believe I'm live, so let me get started. Greetings. Welcome to Stunthangar Video Hangouts. My name is Charles Carter, and I will be your host this evening. I want to extend to you my gratitude for you watching Stunthangar Video Hangouts. Let me mute this. And sorry about that. I'm still getting used to this new platform, so I'm still going to make these little mistakes, but I will eventually fix it. So if you're watching this as a replay, I want you to know I'm hosting these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday, starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please make a note of this so you can watch or be part of the live stream. Plus, we have an after party following the live stream, which is sometimes better than the live stream portion. You must be a registered Stunthangar Forum member to find the link to attend the after party. Now, here at Stunthangar Video Hangouts, we talk about building and flying model airplanes, sport flying, competition flying, and what you've been doing lately. To join our conversation, if you are already a member of Stunthangar Forum, well, you can find the link if you scroll down to the section called At the Bench, and I'm going to post a link with today's date there soon after this. And if you are not a member, please register at stunthangar.com/SMF. That's stunthangar.com/S as in sunset, M as in Mike, F as in foxtrot. You must place a space between your real first and last name when you register. You must also use a valid email address, or Sparky, the proprietor of Stunthangar, will not approve you. Now, if you're inclined to not come in and just enjoy watching us on YouTube, wonderful, fantastic. Please enter your questions or state your comments in the chat box on the YouTube side, and I will do my best to make your comments a part of the show. Understand, sometimes I can't get a word in myself, so be patient. I will ask our illustrious panel your question or state your comment. Now, if you find Stunthangar Video Hangouts or the many building videos that Sparky does on this platform informative and enjoyable, please give us a thumbs up. That's what I call a like. Also subscribe and share the videos, and also comment. All those things help the channel grow and helps the analytics. Please consider joining our YouTube channel memberships, which start at just $4.99 a month, which is less than 17 cents a day. And your support helps offset some of the expenses of running Stunthangar. And with your memberships, you'll get special badges I'll be able to see in the YouTube chat, and you'll get unlimited replay of member-only videos. Once a month, Sparky has a question and answer show for members only. You don't want to miss that. You can also use the super chat, which is located at the bottom of the chat box, to make donations. I'm talking about the YouTube side. And regarding that, you must have a registered YouTube account to use the chat box. And also, to make donations, you have to come in on a live stream. So when it's live, that's when you can, actually communicate on the chat and make donations. So if this is not a convenient time, please just make a note to come in on Monday and Friday at 6:45. That's when we start, p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make your donation and then watch the entire replay at a more convenient time. But I want to thank you for your past, your present, and future support. You are making things happen. And please keep the conversations family room friendly. In other words, please don't use words or do things you wouldn't do or say around your children or grandchildren. And without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and post the link. I'm looking at two monitors here. So I'm going to post the link so that people can come in. So that's posted. And let's see what's happening on the YouTube side. I'm going to go over there to the YouTube studio. And just bear with me for a second. Let's see here. Okay, that's tonight's thing. Okay, great. Ready? All right, great. So don't have anybody in the chat yet, but we do have We have 5 concurrent viewers. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. We have 4 likes so far. Thank you again for that. If you haven't hit the like button yet, or the thumbs up button, I mean, please hit that. Please also, if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. And when you subscribe, you want to, on the notification bell, select all notifications so that whenever myself or Sparky comes on, you'll be notified, and you'll be able to watch the live stream where all the fun is. Let me see what's going on in the, I imagine I have people trying to get in. Let me click on here to the YouTube, to the Zoom. There's no one in the Zoom yet. I did post the link. So what's going on here? Get rid of that. Okay. So yeah, that's posted. It is 6:45. It's almost 7 o'clock. And that is posted there. Okay, so I can get rid of that. I'll just reduce that. All right. So anyways, I went flying today. Took out my red Strega, and I am really loving that motor. It's a new Stalker 81. I mean, new as far as, I mean, today I put 4 flights on it, and that motor still has under 10 flights. We're pretty close to 10, but I could notice the difference from the first engine run to the last engine run. The motor is loosening up. It's getting easier to start. I just love the motor. It's super quiet. I mean, it's quieter than my OS 35S, and this is an 81, and it's a much more pleasant sound too. It's really just a really delight. It's I'm really looking forward to this motor coming on. I'm beginning to see a little bit more performance, and I'm hoping to get some more performance out of it. Let me see what's going on here. So I clicked on that. Everything looks good, but I'm by myself. I don't know what's going on. Security, enable a waiting room. Okay. Maybe there was no waiting room. Maybe that's what the problem was. Okay, okay, here we go. Here comes Peter. Peter, thank you very much for coming in.
Hey, no problem.
Hope you haven't been waiting long, I hope.
No, I just got everything fired up.
Oh, good, good. I've had some people comment that it seems like it takes a while to get in, and I know sometimes I don't notice that there's someone waiting.
Yep, that's okay. You got me right away this time.
All right. I thought a little jab you put in this time.
Yeah, I mean, I was I forget on last Monday. It wasn't bad, but I'm like, all right, 10 minutes. I'm still waiting here.
No problem. I resemble that remark. I totally understand that. It's a new platform.
And the thing is, I can never tell whether it's because it's a connection issue or somebody's having problems versus you just didn't notice. It's kind of difficult to tell.
Right. Yeah, it is. It's all right. Gary Sinclair is ready to come in. So, all right. And it looks like we have, hey, Dan Winship. Thank you very much. He says, will you be at the Nats, Charles? Unfortunately, Dan, I will not be at the Nats this year. I'm hoping I have to finish this plane. Steve Hines has been helping me keep me accountable. I need to finish this plane. It's called Precious Balsa. It's a modified Strega. I'm building the fuselage, and I'm modifying some wings I'm taking out of a Strega Arc. So that's what I'm hoping to complete for next year. Who knows? I might get on the tear and build a couple of planes, but I need to finish my first one first. And that's the quickest one I think I can get in the air. It would be the Precious Balsa. I already built the fuselage crutch. The top and bottom blocks have been molded with 1/16 sheet balsa. I'm going to make some formers to kind of strengthen those former shells. And I was going to coat the inside of those shells with Z-epoxy and wipe it off. And hopefully that'll make it rigid so it won't have the starved horse appearance. And I'm going to run a It's a K77 on a tuned pipe. I got a header from Rojet, and I have a tuned pipe, beautiful tuned pipe from Casminato. So it's going to be running on zero nitro, all synthetic. So I have one, and the same motor I have in a test bed, and I haven't been flying that. I need to do some repairs to that other plane, but I'm hoping to get a complete power system already tuned and worked out, and then just transfer the engine, the tune pipe, the um, the header, the fuel tank, everything from the one plane all the way to my new plane, so that all I have to focus on will be just the plane. So that's the plan. And Craig Biswick says, Charles, what fuel mix are you using in that stalker? That's a great question. It's basically, I think this concoction is 18% synthetic. I'm actually using Klotz, pure synthetic, all synthetic oil, and no nitro, and that's it.
Mm.
It's and this motor is happy. I wish you could hear it. You'd agree this motor sounds very happy, and I'm really excited because this is my second stalker, but this is the first stalker that it was brand new. My first stalker 81, I was either the second or the third owner. I'm not really sure about that. I'm not sure if the guy before me, if he had bought it brand new or not. I thought he had bought it off an individual. But this stalker I'm working on is brand new, and it's so different from the other one in that it has more compression. That's why I'm using a cold glow plug for the first time in any engine, and it really likes it. I had run a medium glow plug in there, like a number 8 OS Max 8 glow plug, and it sounded okay, but it just sounded like it was on the verge of pre-ignition. Put the cold glow plug in there, and that pre-ignition went away, and I'm really excited. Can't wait. And Sparky's saying, I'm in the dark, no internet. Tornado hit somewhere close. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Good thing he's got a house.
Sorry to hear that, Sparky. I hope you keep safe, and
Yeah.
I know you're leaving for the Nats probably tomorrow, I'd imagine. So safe travels to the Nats. I'm looking forward to the footage you're going to take from the Nats. It's going to be that's probably why we're going to have a little bit less people tonight, I imagine too. They're making plans to go to the Nats. Yeah. So, anyways, how you guys doing? I've been talking a lot. How you doing, Gary?
Good.
Great. And
Yeah.
Gary, I just been so busy. I haven't forwarded those things that we had talked about a while ago. I will get to them. I got to find them. They're not on this computer, and that's been the hiccup. If it was on this computer, I would just copy and send, but I just haven't put my hands on them. But I'm looking very forward to it. I'm very interested. It's been crazy busy. I'm going to pick up my daughters. They've been in camp all week, and I'm going to pick them up tomorrow morning. So it's just been crazy. But so I went flying today, Gary, and out here in California, it was really hot. If you've probably seen the news, but today wasn't too bad. I mean, I guess we're getting used to it. I think it was in the 90s, and winds. It wasn't too bad. I don't think there were no more than 6 or 7 mile an hour winds, and but where he's flying at, there was a lot of turbulence. So my plane was doing a little bit more wing walking than I was comfortable with, and sometimes the outboard wingtip actually would wave at me and say hi, and that pretty much scared me. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping to fix that. The plane is a little bit out of trim. It's amazing how you put a plane down and you don't fly it for a while. You come back, you get used to how a plane flies, and then you could think it flies pretty good, but if you fly something else for a while, this has been my experience. When I come back, I realize, well, this plane does not fly that as good as I thought it was. The plane I've been flying, the Chipmunk, it's actually flying better than my Red Strega, which has a lot of flights on. But I've put that plane through all different variations of trim. So it's not, you know, I have over 500 flights on the plane. Uh, the plane's in total lift and trim than it was at 100 flights or 200 flights. I keep trying to make things better, and I try things, try this, try the other. So here's Lynn. He's in the. Let me let Lynn in, and John.
Yeah, I saw where that tornado is up there, but it's bad that was any close to Dayton there.
Wow. So that's not good because Sparky lives in Dayton, so that's.
Yeah, and I was wondering who.
Hey, Lynn and
Hey
John.
guys,
Thanks
how's
for
it
coming
going?
in. Doing
How
well.
you doing? Good
I'm-
stuff.
What you guys been up to?
I cooked up a batch of brats and just finished them.
Oh,
There you
wow.
go.
Feel great.
Uh-huh.
Cool, huh?
Like I'm back in Wisconsin.
There you go.
Nice. Cool. That's always a good feeling. So I saw the images of your plane on Stunthangar, Lynn. It looks good.
Oh, thank you.
And-
Yeah, it flies really good. It
Yeah.
flew very well right from the get-go. I needed a little bit of trimming, but it's pretty good. Now I'm going to shorten the lines out. Shorten the lines up when I take it out on Sunday. It seemed like it was a little bit far out there.
What are the lines now? Eyelet to eyelet.
60. Oh, I don't know eyelet to eyelet, but from center of the handle to center of the fuse, it's 68 feet.
Whoa.
That's pretty long for a 60 with 18 thou. So I'm
Nice.
going to take about 3 feet off.
I fly 40s on the lines that long.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I don't do
that.
that.
The
OPS 40 or
no, Stalker 40.
No
what?
way.
Stalker? Stalker 40?
Stalker 40 on my Torino
The rear exhaust or side exhaust?
rear exhaust.
Nice.
Try
Really, I do, and I really do. 68
Wow.
foot center to center.
Wow. That's a long way. I found it long even with a 60. And a very
Did you?
powerful 60 at that. So I'm
Well,
going
you-
to drop,
you're
I'm
you're
going to
used to
drop it
flying
down to
one way.
about 60. I'm sorry?
So you're used to flying it one way and I'm used to flying it another. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to drop it down to about 65 feet. And I think it should be about right for me.
Hey, Tryon.
I'm trying.
And I think Carl is coming in. Hey, Carl. Thanks for coming in.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Are you well?
Oh my goodness, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Somebody's got their
I'm your
something
mic,
open.
Carl. For some reason, it was really loud for some reason.
The gremlins of video chat.
So Carl and myself were out flying today.
Cool.
Cool.
On
Bring
the,
back airplanes?
say it again?
Did you bring back complete airplanes or?
Yes, we had a very good day. I mean, Carl's
Okay.
mic is muted, but very good day. We both came home with planes that are still in one piece.
Awesome.
Oh,
right.
that's a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Charles and I have an understanding that if the motors don't run or bladders blow out or something mechanical happens, the lines break, as long as the planes don't crash and break, it's a good day. When
Yeah.
everything works perfect, it was a great day. And
It's a good
today
day.
was a great day.
It's a good day if you get it all loaded in your car without breaking stuff.
Uh-huh.
That's true.
Yeah, after flying.
No, I mean before flying.
Yeah.
So anybody else done any flying besides Carl and myself? I know Carl and I did, but anybody else?
I flew yesterday.
I tried it, but didn't do.
Oh, you
too
flew your
well.
new plane, right?
Yeah, flies nice.
It's cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Like
Well,
I was saying to these guys, I just want to shorten the lines, Tryon. It's a little too far out there for me right now.
You think so?
Yeah, it's 68 feet from center to center. It's just a little too far for my liking.
Not much. That's just a little
what-
more.
What's it doing that you don't like at that length, Len?
It just seems a little unresponsive, a little soft. It's a little soft. It just need, like, it's tracking beautifully. It's flying nice and level and everything else, but I'm finding that the lap times are a little slow, but the lap times aren't a little slow because the engine's slow. The lap times are slow because the airplane's having to cover so much distance with 68-foot lines.
Yeah.
So if I drop it down to about 65-foot lines, that'll bring my lap down from about 5.8 to about 5.2. And then it'll be just about right, I think.
When I went to my one and only Nats back in '95, there was a guy there from northern California,
Right?
Yeah. And he was flying an SV-11 with a Thunder Super Tiger 60,
Okay.
and he was flying at 6.2-second laps.
Oh, it's not that you can't do it, but I fly a better pattern when I fly at 5.2-second laps.
I do too.
It's much crisper. I mean, I can fly a soft pattern at 6.2-second laps and, force the airplane through it and deal with the sag in the wing over and crouch down so I keep some line tension going over. Yeah, you can do it, but I don't want to do it.
Back in '57, when I was flying my top flight Nobler, a green box kid, had only been out a year or two at that time.
Yeah, with the Fox 35 probably.
No, I had a McCoy 35 on it.
Okay, that's about the same. Go
And
ahead.
we used to take it off. It was so blubberingly rich. You wouldn't think when you turn it to go through the reverse wing over, you wouldn't think it'd make it. But you'd make a turn, it'd get about right there, and then go into two cycle. And the thing would fly, but you're right, that from about 80 degrees, 75 to 80 degrees this side to 75, 80 degrees this side, it was just motoring along on its own. There was no.
Yeah, 45 degrees for my Noble are usually at 45 degrees, there was nothing. And then I'd pick it up again at 45 degrees on the other side.
It was great because we could turn around and you wouldn't get a little dangle thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do it, but I don't want to do that anymore. Been there, done that.
What? No more that pizzazz you had as a youth anymore.
Oh, I can do it. Like I said, I can still fly like that. I don't choose to fly like that ever. I never choose to.
Isn't that considering fighting the aircraft just to get it to fly?
What was that question again, Carl?
Isn't that considering fighting the aircraft just to get it to fly?
Yeah, screw that.
Oh, no,
I don't
it's
wanna
just
play
Or
that anymore.
trying to make it work when
Nah, screw that. I don't want to do that
Yeah.
anymore. I like
That's
things
not-
that are. Yeah, I like performance.
yeah.
Back in
It's
the
like-
day, back in the day,
Brian
that
saying he's
side-
never going back to glow. I get it because he likes performance.
Yeah.
back
I like
in the day,
I like a certain degree of performance too.
Yeah.
back in the day, we didn't have more power.
Right.
We had to trim our airplanes where they could basically fly themselves.
Yeah, you had to have more balls,
Yeah,
not more
sure, they
power.
could fly themselves in your dream, maybe.
Into the dirt.
No, it's a fact.
They flew themselves in your dreams.
It's a fact.
You
They
worked
would
harder
fly-
then than you
You
worked
bring them in
harder
level,
at it.
and they would fly level and stay there. You put them
Oh,
up
really?
over you put them
I
up
really
over
love
the,
it when these
reverse
guys are
wing over.
going.
Oh, and even though you lost line tension, it would still fly through there. So yeah,
Yeah, just RC plane flying.
no RC.
Free flight.
Oh, free flight.
Yeah,
Free
free
flight.
flight. That's right.
Let's
You
go free
fly-
flight.
Half your pattern was free flight because I
Well, don't-
remember I did it. in
Don't
the
you realize
70s
that
and 80s.
free flight is cheese without a cheese because it's trimmed?
Yeah. You know what? One of the last times that I flew my plane, I had a prop that was chipped off, right? And it was kind of chewed up, and because of takeoff through the grass and the prop hitting the grass and won't take off and stuff like that. So So I said, I'm going to change the prop. So I'm changing the prop and I'm putting a different one. I mean, same brand, same everything, right? Just same pitch, nothing changed, right?
Yeah.
And I'm taking off, and the plane is flying now at about 6 second lap time. I was like, man, that just like imagine just it takes forever to make a lap, right? So so I said, should I stay here, just get bored and whatever, fly it off, and just so I started to do like a soft climb coming here. Okay, so that is hanging there, and I did a little bit more, and okay, staying there, and I went even more, staying there. Okay, so then I just boom, boom, brought it all the way over, did a wing over with it, a 6 second lap time, and guess what? I did a whole reverse wing over, right? Then and I brought it. I did my loops, right? It just was staying just fine, just it was just nice and slow, man. And I said, "Where's the newspaper? I need the newspaper so I can I can read the newspaper and fly the flight at the same time." it was so comfortable and nice. you do a square, just turn, you just let it climb, then turn, let it come down. You can nail everything. So after I did my loops, I went inverted. I did just one lap inverted. Just I did the outside loops because obviously if it doesn't, the insides are gonna do the outside, right? So then I start to tinker with the squares, right? So I just soft on the corners, okay, that will work well, no issues over there. Push it a little bit harder next time on the next square. It just was still fine. And long story short, I ended up flying a whole flight, the whole pattern at 6 second lap time. No RC, no free flight flying, none of that stuff.
That's pretty good.
it was insane. But like you said, like it's a timing. Like I'm comfortable here. I like it here. I mean, you like it 5.2, good for you, man. For me at 5.2, 5.3, I feel rushed.
Okay.
I feel like somebody's rushing.
5.4. I like in around 5.2 to 5.4. That's for me.
I'm in a 5.4, 5.5 kind of guy.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, what you like is what you like. Exactly.
Yeah, if I can do that, I'll go for it.
Okay.
If I cannot do it with a plane, then I obviously have to fly a little bit faster. But
it's funny, 1 second can make a difference. I hate 5.
1 second.
Yeah, it can make a difference when you go from 5.2.
1/10.
Yeah, I go from 5.2 to 5. Oh, I hate 5. Now it's rushed. I'm just bang, 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 bang.
Like wait a second. Oh.
Yeah, now I'm flying a combat model.
Exactly. Yeah. It doesn't it feel like that? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does.
And you're talking 2/10 of a second.
Wow, it doesn't take much for you to find the threshold.
Yeah, for me, like
that little of time makes a difference.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
It does. Yeah.
Really.
Yep.
To me, it's huge.
Yeah, it is huge to me too.
Yeah, to me, it's huge. I mean, I feel it instantly.
Yeah.
If you have a certain cadence that you like to fly at, then if it's 2/10 faster, it's not in your cadence. It's out of your wheelhouse. You don't.
Just this feeling comes over you. Oh shit! No, I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, I was given a P-30 Warhawk profile, so I mounted a LA-46 on it and took it out to the field to fly it with Charles, and it's like flying a tugboat, and I did a wing over with it. And I thought for sure it was gonna fall out of the sky. It was flying so slow, but it hung in there and it made the maneuver. So
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, you'll be surprised how
time it. It might have been just the fact you're going from a slow combat plane to a more of a stunt lap time. It might have just seemed like a tugboat, but I didn't time it. Yeah, it takes me a while to get used to a combat plane. When I fly the slow combat, it takes me a while to get up to speed because that I lose the plane. It's so fast.
You don't notice it so much in level flight. In level flight, it doesn't seem to like impact you. As soon as you start doing maneuvers and everything seems compressed, it's just, you can tell.
Yeah, things happen either okay, or it's too fast, or it's way too slow.
Yep. That'd be exactly.
The
What impressed me one time, I was watching a Mike Lonke made a video when he went to one of the last contests somewhere in like in I think it was in a central what was that, in Kansas, I think. Was it in it was a contest in the middle of the country somewhere. I forgot the city, but anyways, Joe Gilbert was flying a combat plane, right? And it was
Who's doing
in
that?
the world is going on.
It's
So does that sound like somebody's welding something?
no, that was
Somebody dragging a chair.
Dragging the dead body out of the room.
that was
Anyways,
Carl. I fixed it.
so what happened is Joe Gilbert was flying this combat plane, and that thing was not slow at all, right? And he flies the whole pattern with it hitting the bottoms at the same time.
Yeah.
And I'm going like,
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, he's hitting the bottoms with that thing at high
Dang.
speed. I was like,
yeah, no, that's
what?
amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. And when someone can do that, you're like, oh, I don't have a chance against this person.
I can tell you guys right now, Joe Gilbert is one of the very best all-round flyers you will ever meet. He can fly anything. I don't
Yeah.
care what you hand him. He's going to be able to fly it, and he's going to fly it well. I can hand him an FAI combat. I can hand him a jet. I can hand him, you name
Anything.
it. He's going to be able to fly it, and he's going to fly it well. You hand him any ringmaster, and he can fly a decent pattern with it. It won't be great because it's not his own, but it'll be damn good if it's
Yeah,
even,
exactly.
if it's even basically trimmed.
Yeah. I gave him 2 years ago. It was at the Atlanta contest here. He came here. I was over there too, and I said, "Hey, you want to fly the plane?" You know, I didn't even know who he was, right?
Yeah.
And Joe grabs the handle on my plane. He starts to fly, and he was going like "Yeehaw" over there.
Yeah, that's Joe. Yep, that's Joe.
He
Yeehaw.
loved it. He
Oh, yeah.
loved it.
That's awesome.
I mean, he put in an hourglass over there, and it's like, well, I have to do another one
Yeah, bang, 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 bang.
because it's just so easy.
Yep.
Yeah, Joe Gilbert is so much fun. I mean, it might be funner people, but I had a blast meeting Joe Gilbert, and he's a blast to hang around. He's a kick in the pants. Another guy that's a lot of fun is the guy that makes the mufflers, Scott Dinger. He's
Yeah.
also a really fun guy. You get a chance to hang around him. He's just a kick in the
Don't
pants.
forget Uncle Jimmy.
Yeah, I don't know him that well. I know who he is. Is that Jim Armour you talking about?
Yeah.
Jim Aaron.
Jim Aaron.
Jim Aaron.
Yes.
I met him, and he seems really cool to me, and I just haven't had a lot of time with him. But I've spent some time with Joe Gilbert and with Scott Dinger. So, and I spent time with you too, John. You and I had some good conversations. You and I enjoy. I mean, you guys were fun too.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, you guys, I want to run something by you. I didn't know about this. I was listening to Sparky, and sometimes it scares me to miss watching Sparky, and John Jordan. I mean, sometimes it's scary because what happened to me, I was listening to Sparky, and he's talking about the cameras and getting set up for the Nats, right? But during the conversation, he mentioned something I didn't know. He mentioned that when he was building his pipe ships, he because of hanging that pipe underneath the wing, he lowered his lead outs about 3/8 of an inch, to help with the vertical CG. You guys,
3/8 of an inch.
that's what he said.
There's no way the pipe weighs that much to lower the lead outs 3/8 of an inch.
I'm just telling you,
And it would be outside of the wing.
but I'm just telling you what he said. But
Yeah, okay.
to me, it's still like an aha moment, because like when you have a tune, especially if the plane is not designed for a tune pipe and you modify it, I think it's a good idea to maybe lower the lead out position 3/8 just to help with because the vertical CG is going to change when you're hanging all that material, the header, the tune pipe, all that underneath the plane that wasn't designed for it. I thought that was a great idea, and it's like what I talk about what I mean by scary is that I just happened to catch that. But how many things, the Sparky and John Jordan talk about that are like,
Yeah.
great information. You would not order, and it wasn't like he was on topic. You know, he was just talking about he was talking about his planes, and then he just mentioned, you know, the Thunderbolts he built, and he just mentioned in conversation that he would lower the lead out guide, and I was excited to hear that because I am building my precious balls is a modified Strega. I'm going to put a tuned pipe on it, so I'm going to lower the lead out guide, you know, probably 3/8 because I'm going to be hanging.
Nah, just a lot for it. I'm not buying it. I think it's way too much.
Well, I mean,
Seriously,
my Strega,
make provisions for it, but I don't think I'm gonna go there.
yeah.
I don't think I will either. Can't
Nah.
see it.
No way.
Just me. I just can't see it.
No, I can see it. The pipe weighs well like a couple of ounces or something like that. The header is just 1 ounce or something like that. So we're talking 3 ounces versus a muffler that's what? You know,
Well,
an ounce or so.
you have to also consider, like with my plane, I'm putting a bigger engine. I'm going to be throwing a bigger prop, so I need longer landing gear. I mean, so there's actually some other things to consider too.
No, okay, I get that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So, anyways, I just thought that was scary because if I didn't know that, if I wasn't listening, I wouldn't have. Because I would have built this plane that I'm building with not even knowing that's what I should do.
You know, years and years ago, when I was in Wisconsin, I got to be quite good friends with Bob Gialdini, and Bob told me a method of figuring out, easily figuring out, or getting close to your vertical center of gravity. And that was, he said it was like this. There's all kinds of mathematical formulas you can use to get there, but there's a very simple method that'll get you really close enough that it really doesn't, you know, doesn't matter, basically. And that is, you take an outline of your airplane with the gear, the wheels, everything, and you cut it out of poster board or light cardboard.
Right.
Cut it all out, and then you find out where it balances. You know, on the head of a pin. Don't stick the pin in, just let it balance on something like that. And that is your center of mass. And your vertical CG lies on your center of mass, is the way he told me. And I've done that.
No, that's probably he was talking about the center of pressure.
No, you're using the mass of the.
That's how you find the center of pressure of a surface. If you push, the wind is pushing against the surface, that's the point where it pushes on. There's the center of pressure, the lateral
very well
pressure.
Very well could be, but the bottom line of it is that when I lay out a drawing on the CAD program, I ask the CAD program to give me the center of mass, and it gives me a center of mass right there. And
no, it gives you the center of mass of that surface.
Well, nonetheless, it comes awful dang close to your center of your mass where your vertical CG is. And every time I've used it, it has worked.
Well, if you use a center of mass to position your wing dead nuts on it, then everything's balanced. That's true.
I'm not using it to center the wing. The last one I did was a low wing, and I used the center of mass to figure that dihedral angle to get the lead outs up where it needed to be.
Yeah. Well, you guys want me to share something with you? I have I made an FPV first person. I mean, from my point of view, when I was flying my plane, I'm not sure you guys ever saw that.
I don't know, but hang on one second. That sounds interesting. Let me just catch up on the chat box, Tryon, and then have you do that. All right. I'm kind of behind. Philip Bailey asked me, did I put the code on the hangar? Yeah, that's how you guys all got in, right? You guys all found the link.
Yeah.
Robert up in Canada, because he's the old control line pilot, having a really bad day, but thought I'd drop in and say hello. Happy flying to everyone going to the nets. Yes. And by the way,
same to you, man. Good luck.
Said goodbye already. He was on the phone. And Philip Bailey says, Charles, let me in. Okay, here you are.
And hey, Charles, you have disabled the screen sharing.
All right, just a second. And then let's see. Philip Bailey says, Charles, let me in. Okay. And then Philip Bailey says, you're gonna tell me a Tiger
Well, if you use the center of mass to position your weight,
I'm here.
that mass will
I
not
can hear you in
damage everything's
stereo.
balance. That's
Somebody
true.
still
Yeah,
got
well-
his, I'm not at the center of the weight.
You gonna tell me a Tiger 60 head?
I was about to read that.
Anytime you figure these out, you got to figure the center line of that airplane. And you got this hanging down under the center line of the airplane. That's what you're trying to counteract when you move your lines down. You gonna tell me a Tiger 60 don't weigh more than a tune pipe 40 manifold and I mean, that's ridiculous. He may be doing that and he may be getting away with it, but there's no way it needs 3/8 of an ounce. I mean, 3/8 of an inch. That's ridiculous.
I would say maybe an eighth of
An
eighth of an eighth, a 16th of an inch or something like that. Or a quarter of an inch if you are really wild.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah,
The
exactly.
quarter of inch is huge, right? Yeah.
I don't know what
no.
engine he had in that P-47. I don't remember.
Charles, the easiest
P-47
way,
was a PA-75.
Charles, the easiest way to do this stuff, just hanging by the lead outs, make
That's
sure
what I
you're
do.
straight up and down. That's it.
That's it. That's it.
That's
That's
it.
good.
You done, it's game
I'd
over.
like to avoid having to add weight though. See, by dropping the lead outs, I might not have to add weight to get to balance. Because my string, I actually had to add, I think I put in there today about an ounce of weight I had put underneath the canopy.
Add
Charles.
weight.
Yeah.
No,
Charles.
take the weight out, hang it by the lead.
Hang your plane by the lead outs.
Yeah, I did that.
When you're building it.
Oh, when you're building, okay.
When you're building, before you even put the wingtip on,
Yeah,
hang the plane by the lead outs
and see if it's
and
straight.
see, does it hang this way? Does it hang this way?
Yeah,
If it hangs this
exactly.
way, you need to run the lead outs this way a little bit. If it hangs this way, you need to put the lead outs this way a little bit. Get it where it hangs level,
Right.
and then that's where you put your lead outs.
Simple
There's
as
no,
that,
you don't
man.
need to do all this guesswork. Just it's too simple to do it as you build. It's not that
Yeah.
hard.
Are you saying just with the wing itself? Is
Yeah.
that what you said?
Hang the whole airplane. You got the
Oh.
airplane built. The last thing that I do is put on the lead out guide. That's the very last thing I build. The reason is I build the rest of the airplane and then I hang my airplane by the lead out wires. Now, a lot of times mine aren't finished and I have to literally put a loop in them and fasten them with something because they're not
Yeah,
finished
'cause
yet.
it's temporary.
couldn't-
That's right.
Or
Yeah.
or I couldn't put it through my lead out guide. But you got it hanging here and you just got the wing hanging here. And your lead out guides are hanging up through here.
Right.
Fasten your lead out guides to a pin on the wall, on the ceiling, whatever, Look at the way the wing, the whole airplane hangs. If the plane hangs like this, then your lead outs need to go this way. If they go
Yeah.
this way,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If it hangs that way, it needs to go this way. That'll bring it back in center. If it hangs this way, you need to take the lead out guides. Just move the lead out guides. It doesn't matter. Move the lead out guides until the plane hangs straight.
And
No
then glue
weight
it
in the
in.
tip. No weight in the tip. Nothing. If you have weight
No
in the
weight
tip,
on
you
the
just screwed
bottom
the
of
whole
the
thing
plane.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got the motor in it. You got the muffler on it. You got everything on it that you're
Fuel
going to have
tank.
in that airplane. It's not
Except-
covered. It's not painted, but you've got the airplane. And you want to move the lead outs until that wing hangs straight. Then you put the lead outs in that position. If it's there now, it's going to be there on the end of the wires.
Okay.
And then your tip weight is just to do what it's supposed to, counteract the weight of the lines.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a good way of saying it.
Yeah.
You
just-
don't
it's-
need to try to fix a lead out malfunction
That
by
isn't there.
putting weight in the airplane, because then you pay for it in banging corners and
Yeah.
no,
And the
bad
performance
deal.
overall. Yeah. 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 Absolutely.
All right.
So,
So-
anyway,
Yeah, so that's actually before you glue the
Uh-huh.
wing tips on. You just have the lead outs in there.
Yeah.
well, the inboard tip, yes.
Okay. Very
A
cool.
lot of times I'll do it before I ever finish building the inboard tip but I've never had to drop one. I've never
3/8
had
of
to
an
drop
inch.
one more than never 3/8. That's a ton.
That's a
That
lot.
is a ton. I mean, when I put an inch of dihedral in the airplane, yeah, I dropped them quite a bit. You have to. But if you're talking about a straight wing like a Strega, no, 3/8. Wow. I don't know why Sparky said that. He must have meant 3/16 because 3/8 is a ton.
Yeah.
Maybe-
Maybe that. I'm buying that.
It was 3/16 he meant. I thought I heard him say 3/8.
You did. I heard it too. He said this yesterday or today. He was working as he was getting ready to go to the Nats. He'd been working on his new plane, changed the muffler over, and he was talking about little things and trying to fill out the hours what he was doing. But yeah, he said it. But when he said it, I said, "Woo!" I think Sparky just had a slip of the tongue there, because there's no way he moved it 3/8 of an inch.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen his airplanes, and his tips aren't that out of line.
Nah, there's no way. No, it will be you'll be considerably, because you can definitely see it being way below the center line of the wingtip.
Be right back. I got a battery charged.
All right. Anyways, let me finish. I didn't finish the chat. And so then Edward Carlaw. Hey, Edward, he says, hi, Charles. Can't seem to get in. Ed Carlaw, we've changed the platform since last time you've been in. I used to use 8x8. Now we're using Zoom. And I'm not sure how you got in before, but if you use an old link under at the bench, it's not going to work. You need to use today's date. That link will get you in. Only that link will get you in. Any other link, it won't get you in. All right. So that might be what the problem is. Right now we have 17 viewers. We have 14 likes. So if you haven't hit the like button and you like our show, please give us a like. And if you're watching as a replay, please remember to give us a like. That helps the show. And also don't forget the super chat. That's during the live broadcast. Sparky's going to be filming the Nats. He's going to be consuming probably a lot of it of bandwidth, which he has to pay up front. So please help out Sparky. It's going to be great for me. I'm going to be here in California. I've been to watch the Nats filmed professional way you can from Muncie, Indiana.
That's awesome, man.
It's awesome. So, let's show Sparky some love, because the guy's passionate. And he's doing a lot for this hobby. I know we have lots of people doing lots for the hobby that maybe don't want any recognition. But, Sparky's actually, he's doing something for us. I'm going to benefit from it this weekend and all next week. So please help out by super chat, put money, super chat. You also can go on to the Stunthangar website and communicate with them what's best, what would you prefer as far as contributions, in which manner, because, when you do on the super chat, they do take a little piece out of it. So anyways, I think we're all caught up, and let's get back to us talking about model airplanes.
I think Tryon wanted to present something.
Ryan. And he said that I locked out the share, and this happened last time too. Again, these are all growing pains, you guys. I'm just
no problem.
Just gotta.
Yeah, it's Zoom instead of 8x8. I was still trying to get in on 8x8.
Okay, so
if I never see 8x8 again, I won't be upset.
You me both.
All right.
You me both.
Speaking of which,
it should be good now.
Yeah, Charles. Speaking of which, if you want to get on Zoom here, you might have to download a Zoom app or something like that.
Yeah.
On the computer.
The first time you come in, if anybody is having difficulty coming in, but you got to go to the link at today's date. Once you do that, it'll actually prompt you to download. If you need a client or you need something to download, it'll prompt you to do that. But the biggest thing is we're no longer on 8x8. I got to remember to cancel that subscription. I'm not using it. I was paying for that.
Yeah.
Mike Rigel, he says, I went and hit the like button. I always do, but I had not done that yet tonight. Thank you, Mike Rigel. And he also goes on to say, does the Nats last all week?
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Yep. Yeah.
So
all right. So
when does it start? The Nats start Sunday or Sunday and goes to Saturday?
They'll start. Everybody will be flying. You'll have so much going on tomorrow. You won't believe it's not started. But I think the official start is Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Practicing starts tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Apparently, I heard they're not allowed to fly till 5 tomorrow.
Oh, good.
5 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
What are they, crazy?
Well, they're not allowed out there for whatever reason.
Well, that's the reason we go to Ball State. we always go up to Ball State and they just, I mean, they come around and bring you drinks and stuff. It's ridiculous.
Mhm.
They love having it. So
Yeah.
Welcome, Ed. And go ahead, Tryon. You got the ball.
Yeah, yeah. I was waiting for a good time. So, all right, here we go. So, you guys see this?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yep,
All right. So this
it
is
works.
so this is just like a pilot's view, kind of flying of the plane.
Cool. Yeah.
So where's the camera at?
I put it on my forehead on some kind of a fixture.
Okay.
Cool.
Hey.
It's on a mount, and yeah, yeah, there was a guy just, you know,
Walking along.
didn't seem like he wanted to change the Titanic's direction. Watch this turn here.
Cool.
Yeah,
That
that's a
thing
nice
turns so fast.
corner. That is a nice corner.
Yeah, I'm, you know, this is the first time I was trying to do this stuff, so I'm sorry if it's not that visible kind of thing,
Pretty good.
you know. But watch this, you know, it's in the same spot. If you watch the clouds, I'm hitting the same spot on the cloud right here. So I'm not gonna bore you with inverted laps.
That plane is so easy to fly and such a joy to fly. It's just ridiculous.
So can I? Yeah, I try to. And yeah, it's so easy to fly. It's super easy to fly.
You're making me awful nervous with that football goal behind you for some reason.
You don't put out safety cones. When I fly, I have safety cones around to make a defensible space. Because people don't know that we have lines.
Yeah, I get.
I usually put out cones out there. Very nice.
Do you see how long the straights are on those squares?
Yeah, really,
It's
really
just-
good.
Yeah,
Where's
It's
the
amazing, the
triangle?
plane-
You know,
the plane flies so much of its own length. It's amazing.
Now this is on what length lines is this on, Tryon?
this was on 58 or so.
Okay.
58?
No, 56 or so.
Eyelet to eyelet?
I think so. Or to the center. Yeah, I have about 58 to the center.
Okay.
Wow, that seems short to me for that airplane.
The lines are straight out to the plane too, aren't
You
they?
got plenty of time though, and it's got plenty of line tension,
Yeah.
and it's just
Cool.
it never gives you an uncomfortable feeling at all anywhere.
Okay. Wow.
Where's the outside pull out?
Yeah, that's the one that got us all going.
You know, yeah, obviously I'm not holding my head straight or something like that. I'm tilted, and you know, I wish I had a little bit more zoom out on this thing, but I just didn't know about it.
Yeah, well, you know,
Tryon, this is better than 80% of the stuff I've seen.
This
Don't worry
is
about
awesome.
Yeah.
filming is like learning a pattern. You actually have to learn how to film. There's a learning curve to filming
it.
your
That's true.
flying too. That's not that easy.
Yeah,
I
next
like
time
your-
I'm gonna have to take it just a little bit lower.
I like your verticals, Tryon. There is no flat spot.
Yeah, watch this hourglass.
Bang, bang, bang.
Nice.
That thing is so easy to fly.
That is awesome.
And the verticals are incredible on this thing. I just watched this climb to the.
Huh?
This is the climb towards the climb that when I went for the overhead
Overhead.
aids.
Overheads. Yeah.
You see how just straight as an arrow, just composed, and I won't tell you that I have line tension everywhere. It just is there. Here's something that many people don't do on a four-leaf clover. They don't fly the flats. Watch this. Stop.
I can't see it.
Stop. Stop there.
Very nice.
It's just that, yeah, you're flying that, you have to
Not
fly
all-
those.
Not only do they not do the flats, they jump before they go down. And it's so bad.
Yeah, they start to climb.
Yeah, they start to climb because they're scared.
Hmm.
It should be perfectly flat out of the loop and then straight down, like not
Exactly.
no rise.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
I was
awesome.
having fun there at the end of the flight. I want to tell you that horizontal 8 that was over there, then I made it a little bit high. It was perhaps in a space of like maybe 45 degrees. It's just the way it flies is absolutely insane. And watch this glide. Actually, I brought it in quickly because I just went to but yeah, you just glide forever.
You can glide a lap. A
Yeah,
full lap.
easily.
Very nice.
I just want to put stop it next to my toolbox over there.
Very, yeah, you're right by your toolbox. Yeah. Very
Yeah.
good, man. Very good.
Yeah, that was pretty insane. This was my favorite part here. No, it's there. See, I'm waiting for it to fly the flats. Up, wait. It's plenty of time, you know.
Yeah, I see that. That's good. So many people do not fly the flats.
Yeah,
Mm.
and this was
They
just
cut
my
everything too short and then they wonder why they don't score because they cross over all their intersections and everything
Yeah.
else.
Yeah. This is also my favorite.
The hourglass is your favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the hourglass.
Flying that airplane, yes.
Yeah.
That
But you-
airplane does an hourglass so pretty.
So, but you can see it turns, stops, and goes forever until it gets
Mhm.
overhead, and then you turn it again, stop, and cross over to the other side. It's well defined.
Yeah,
It's
but
well defined. Which, see, you have the turn here. All right, hang on. Last time. It's already turned over there.
I like the top of the hourglass. The top is really nice.
I've noticed on my hourglass, I tend to be turning too soon lately.
Yeah, or it's like a lot of people, what they do is, I'm gonna stop the share.
Oh, is that top of the hourglass right straight over your head? I mean, the angle looks like I couldn't tell if it's right overhead or not. It looks like
Yeah.
it might be made
Oh, there's no reference with this.
kind of hard
Yeah,
to tell.
you have no
When-
reference on it. Yeah. Yeah.
Charles, when he's young and when he bends to do his overheads, he's bending way the heck back. I can't do it like Trayan does it. He bends way back. I have to kind of look back and pivot. And Trayan just kind of looks back and stands there and just does his thing like he's got all day. And
Yeah, I mean, it's effortless.
he's in good shape, very good shape. But that airplane is amazing. The next time you get a chance to fly that airplane, Charles, if you don't take it, I'm going to think you're crazy.
Well, I would have, but Sparky wanted to leave Friday, and he was just
Yeah.
wasn't happy with the
Yeah.
way the high roller was flying, and he wasn't happy. You have expectations for the Nats.
Mhm.
And, when you're not satisfied, you just want to get out of there. It's like
Yeah.
he was like,
Well, I tell you what, that one right there, it was a shame when that one went in because that was such a good airplane. But the thing about it is he can build another one that's exactly like that one.
right.
Yeah, and I don't have to. Yeah, but yeah. So just to for your information, Charles, when I do my hourglass, I just turn it here, right? I turn it stop and I just let it climb. It's a straight line as it climbs. You can probably see it in a video, right? And when
Right.
it's overhead, I turn the plane, stop, wait for it to go on the other side. I mean, but it's a clear straight line that crosses over to the other side. You saw it was
Right.
pretty nice and crisp, right? And then it's another turn, distinct turn, and a stop over there, and then I carve it all the way down for for the pull out.
Excuse me,
And
another battery.
and what I've seen people doing on the hourglass, you can't tell if it's a vertical 8 or an hourglass. It's it looks like a lazy vertical 8.
I know. I've
A
seen
lot
it.
of times because they go very soft, they take forever to do this turn, and then they're already at 45 degrees, pretty much. And then you get over there, you get over the top, and they're afraid to corner the plane over there. So take this long outside turn, and then the flat is almost non-existent. Then they make another long outside turn, and they tuck it so much that they don't even have a flat on a down line. And in addition to that, they tuck it so much that they pull like another half a turn. I mean, you look at it, it looks like a vertical lazy 8, mostly.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I've seen that many times.
Mhm.
Michael Gill says, Tryon, is that the same plane as your new one?
Yes.
Okay. And then before that, he says, I really miss the hobby. I was out of it for about 40 years. I have taken a night shift job, working long hours, and got out of the hobby. Now I'm retired and don't know if I could still fly. You can still fly.
It's like a bicycle, yeah.
I fly the bicycle. I couldn't believe it when I finally flew, but it had been like 25, 30 years. And my cousins came to visit me, and they brought out a twister and a chipmunk. And before the twister left the ground, I was hooked. I was like, left this behind. I could not believe it. And so I got bit really hard. And I've been
castor oil gets in your blood.
Yes, the castor oil. And I've been back at it now for 18 years. And I love it. It's just anybody who knows me, after a while, I'm start talking about flying control line planes. I work it in the conversation somehow.
Guilty. I do the same thing.
Yes. Hey, Mike, thanks for coming in, Mike.
I figured Mike would be at the Nats, so we headed that way.
Yeah, he's already there. I saw a picture of him on Facebook.
He's at a hotel, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not his workroom there.
No.
I haven't seen a picture of him yet.
Well, on mine, he's on the bottom row on the left-hand side of the screen, but I don't know where he is. And he's right next to Len, and Len's is blacked out.
Actually, to answer the question, yeah, I'm sorry, that was a question here on chat. He says you fly fast, you fly them fast, Ryan. No, it's actually about 5.3 second lap time on that one. The one you see over there was a 5.3. I was later on, I slowed it down to 5.4, 5.45.
Looks like
Guys,
there's some nasty weather on Mike's TV over there. It's like, I don't know what that big red cone is, but it's not looking good.
Yeah, I heard they had bad weather or something like that.
Got rain coming and wind, apparently.
Oh, brother.
There was a tornado touchdown 5 miles from the AV site today.
Eek.
Oh, good grief.
5 miles, like right when we got here.
Wow.
Good grief.
Safety, Mike.
It was it's been blowing 20 mile an hour all day long. Not that it matters, because even if it was good, nobody could fly on any of the circles anyway because of the RC IMAC guys. I don't know if anybody heard any of that.
No.
I'm right over this area. Yeah, I heard about that.
IMAC, what is that?
I don't know what the acronym. I think it's the big third scale gasser guys, maybe. It's RC. It's an RC event that's finishing up tomorrow. But so they're overflying the L pad, the speed cage, the jet cage, the speed cage, all the grass circles, and the combat circles. So everything is completely shut down except for one combat circle that's on the very north side, the very first grass combat circle. No, they actually have the road to the L pad. They have orange cones blocked off. You can't even drive to the L pad because they didn't want anybody in there. because they're over, the RC guys are overflying on the other side of the road. They're overflying the L pad, they're overflying all the practice circles and the two speed circles. So yeah, there was some unhappy people here today because no circles were open. Zero, not a none, except, like I said, the one combat circle on the very north edge, because I guess that one was out of the way. So they were all flying on that. We were told that as soon as we got here. No flying.
Mike,
What about
every year
the-
we go up there, we fly at Ball State, and they welcome you up there.
That's
in
what I was
parking
going to
lots.
ask. I was going to ask the same question, Phil. What about Ball
Yeah.
State?
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, like I said, we rolled in at 3:00, got to the hotel, got checked in, got out to the site at 4:30. And when we checked in, we were told no use of any control line circle except the one combat circle. And of course, there's 10 combat guys there flying, getting ready for tomorrow. And here's the kicker, though. The IMAC event, they still have another day. They still have another full day of flying tomorrow. So all that stuff will be completely shut down, every circle except the one combat circle. And they're starting a full-on triple elimination F2D contest tomorrow. And typically they run 2 circles. They fly a match. When that one's over, the other match go, back and bam, 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 bam. That's how they do that, and that's how they're able to fly 60 matches in a day, because they have 2 circles and one. 10 seconds after one match ends, the other one starts. That's how they are able to do that. They're going to have to try to get that done on one circle tomorrow if IMAC is flying, which they're supposed to finish up tomorrow, which also means the L pads closed, the speed cages are closed, the racing cages are closed, and the 5 grass practice circles are closed. And you can't fly a control line anywhere else on the property. I think Dave posted something about it yesterday, maybe on Stunthangar. He might have mentioned something about the IMAC event and circles being closed and not being it, but you can't even drive to the L pad because they got cones across the road. You're not allowed, and they're watching. Hawkeye's watching, and anybody gets caught flying out there, I think they're going to get a talking to. So
That's a mess.
not a good start.
Why
At
get
least
there
they
early?
could just put some notice over there. Hey guys, don't come here because you're not gonna be able, or say like the first time you are able to fly over there, it will be this day and this time.
Well, they tell you that when you check in. That's when you find out.
Bullshit. Yeah, why don't they
Yeah.
tell
You
you
find
before
out
that?
you've come to town 3 days
You
early
don't
for
have
nothing.
yeah,
And
exactly.
that's a lot of money to spend on hotel. That you
Yeah.
can
You check in on Friday afternoon and they tell you you can't use any of the circles till late Saturday afternoon when this
Okay,
other.
fine. Pay me my bloody hotel room for that time,
Yeah,
because you
right.
should have told me that before.
Yeah, I don't know.
that's messed up.
There was we were met at the gate taking Sam and I always take a picture in front of the International Modeling Center, the AMA sign. We taken one every year since he was 5 years old. So we were taking our picture, and a stunt flyer met us. He was driving out. He's like, "Hey, I'll take your picture." And then he informed us. He's like, "You can't fly anywhere. There's only one circle open." He was not very happy camper himself. I won't say who it was, but it's going to be, I think, tenfold tomorrow when more stunt guys show up tomorrow. I don't know how many were there today, but I imagine there's going to be a bunch showing up tomorrow. And if they get there and find out they can't use any of the circles, they're not going to be happy.
I wouldn't let the AMA get away with this.
There's no getting away with it. What it is, the IMAC guys, these are all very, very rich guys with big, fancy RC planes, and they're all prima donnas, man.
No, I'm not talking about that part of it. The part that AMA didn't let us know that
Oh,
hey,
let
don't
us know,
come
yeah.
into
Yeah,
hey,
I
this is
get
the
that.
schedule.
But-
you're gonna
but
be
here-
able to practice starting this time, so on and so forth, right?
Here's what I don't get though about that. RC scale has gone on in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Control line was going on,
Mm-hmm.
but their boundary was the road. you know, between the two sites. The boundary was the road. They weren't supposed to fly over the road and fly over the L pad.
Mhm.
IMAC guys need more room. They got to have more room, and they're giving it to them, and they're screwing the control line guys to do it.
Well,
You
that's
know?
kind of the way it's been all along for years. The
Mhm.
radio control always got the sweet stuff, and control line, they didn't even hardly mention us in the magazine.
Right. So at the end of the day today, when they stopped flying IMAC and there was no more RC planes there, because I was registering or picking up our registration packet when I was told you're not allowed to fly on any of the circles because this event was happening. So shortly after that,
That's a shame.
we went out to combat. We were hanging out over there on the one circle they were flying. And then I noticed that none of the RC stuff was going on anymore. So I called and I said, hey, they're done flying. Can I get permission to use the grass circle over here? I said, they're done. They're finished. They packed up. They've all left. No one's flying. They're not test flying. They're not doing, nobody's overflying the grass circles right now. And I was told, yes, you can fly tonight, but don't expect to be able to go out there tomorrow morning and do the same thing, because if there are events going on, they're going to be overflying that stuff. So whenever they finish tomorrow, which could be, who knows, it's the last day of their event, but they had a weather day where they lost a whole day. So I heard they might be going long tomorrow. So there may be no circles available to practice anything on other than the one combat circle that they have said is far enough away from everything people can fly on. And of course, the combat guys are flying an event. They're not going to give that up and let stunt guys go in there and fly.
Mhm.
So we'll just have to see what happens, you know. And I don't know what the weather's going to do. The weather is very dicey for tomorrow as well. So we'll just have to see.
Mhm.
We were able to squeeze in, Sam goes in 3 flights on his Vector 40 ARF today. We got 2 in, and then we stopped because it rained and it was lightning again. And then he got 1 more right at sunset. So he's got 3 flights. If he doesn't get any tomorrow, then that's just, he's going to have to fly intermediate on Sunday with that ARF that he has 3 flights on. So we'll see what happens.
No.
And then hopefully we have, you know, we got the entire rest of the week to fly his junior senior BOM legal stunt plane for next Saturday. So hopefully we don't get hosed on that, and he can put up like 20 flights on that this week. But I think intermediate, he's just, it's going to be what it is. He's just going to have to fly it, you know, without a whole bunch of handle time on it. So.
Mhm.
What does he
Yeah,
think
good.
about it? I mean, he only has 3 flights, but is there any impression of it that he shared with you?
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't flown since El Dorado, Arkansas the last time, you know, which was over a month ago. Hasn't flown any stunt, and it's a new airplane. You know, we're still dialing it in. I think we're going to put a little bit longer set of lines on it because the lap times were a little quick for where the engine needed to be happy. It was a little fast. So I'm gonna make some lines tomorrow, some longer ones, and then you know, he's over controlling it a little bit, coming out of the bottoms and stuff. But
Close the
Yeah.
handle.
same handle he flies on all his other stuff. you
No,
know.
I know.
But
Make the handle spacing smaller.
yeah, I don't want to do that because that's self-defeating, because then you got to move the handle further to get back to neutral.
No, you're moving the same, and it's gonna be just less. If it's too much now, it's gonna be a little bit less. So you're gonna bring it normal,
If you,
isn't it?
I understand what you're saying, but I'm on the Joe Gilbert train of thought here on this one.
Okay.
As far as that, if you close the handle, then he has to move his hand further to get the same movement, and then it takes more time to get it back. I know there's 2 different trains of thought on how that
Okay.
works.
Yeah, sure.
Everyone says if you're bobbling coming out of the maneuver to close your handle spacing, but that has not been the case in our experience. Opening up the handle spacing and not using as much handle is actually works better for us.
All right.
Mhm.
I don't want to go changing the handle spacing on him the day before he's got to use the airplane.
Mhm.
Somebody got a bird?
I hear something squeaking.
I hear a
Maybe
bird.
there's a mouse in our hotel room. I don't know.
It's a big one.
It could be.
I've got a bird, but I didn't think he was being noisy enough for y'all to hear him.
Yeah.
I guess you can. New headphones, I guess they got better mics.
I definitely hear it. Yeah. So
I lost one of my love birds, but the other one's 18 years old and he's still kicking. He's a good old bird.
wow.
Yeah, trying Sunday doesn't really count, man. It's just intermediate. So, you know, whatever he does. That's the big thing is getting a bunch of flights on his other airplane. That's the one we
Yeah.
care about the most.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're gonna have a whole bunch of opportunities tomorrow to fly
Yeah.
any based
Yeah.
on the weather and them having the circle shut down. So
Yeah.
he's
So
not crashing it. He got through 3 patterns and he didn't ball it up. So that's all he's got to do on Sunday is not crash, and I'll be happy.
yeah. What I usually do on all planes are different, right? So I may fly your plane, I may fly someone else's plane, and so on and so forth. They're all different. They all respond faster or slower or whatever, but I'm not changing my flying style. Like when I'm pulling my up for the corners, I'm not changing that at all. But what I do, if the plane turns too fast, then I close in my spacing. So with my flying style, it's going to turn the way I want it to turn. That's my philosophy, right? And that applies to any plane, right? So if the plane turns too slow, then I open the handle. If the turn plane flies too fast, I slow down the handle, but my hand movement is the same.
I understand.
That's what I like. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, I get it 100%. But there's another train of thought there on that, and Joe Gilbert kind of explained that to us, and that's kind of how we've been working for the last couple of years. So I would rather slow the airplane down at the airplane rather than at the handle, so that the handle movements are the same. I don't want to slow it down at the handle, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you have to mess with both, actually.
Yeah.
Because I found on myself that I was changing my CG, and then I want to have a little bit more, a little bit more turn. So I added some elevator to it. Like I kept the handle the same. So I did add some elevator, but sometimes it's just a trial and error as well, right?
Yeah.
Because I could have done more. I could have just opened my handle up a little bit, right, and get the same result basically, because I want to get more turn.
Yeah. No, I understand completely.
So you can do it both ways, or maybe.
The other thing too is it's just his third flight on the airplane tonight, and it was blowing, 15. So he was pretty excited and pretty jetered up, and he's like bouncing off the walls because we're in Muncie and we're at the Nats and everything is so he's over amping on the handle. That's what he's doing. He's just he's just too much energy, and he's just gotta
excuse me a minute.
Calm down. He's gotta calm. That's
sure
all.
Thing. Yeah. No, I get it. I get it.
And then I started thinking, well, he told me on the way home from the field, he was like, Dad, why didn't we just bring the Cardinal that I've been flying so well and let me fly that in intermediate? Because he could have, he could have flown that profile Cardinal that he beat me in advanced with at El Dorado. He's been flying that for a year and a half, and he flies that plane really well. And it never even crossed my mind because, you know, we put together the Vector 40R for him, and I thought, okay, that's going to be his Nats plane for intermediate. I should have just put the Cardinal, that beat up old Cardinal that he's flying so well.
Uh-huh.
I should have just brought that and let him fly that on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't have to compete against him, Mike. You could have. I mean, you know.
I'm not competing. No, it makes sense. He's like, you know, because he was, not that he was making excuses. He was trying to explain to me what was going on with his flights. Because even he said, you know, I wasn't real happy with that pattern, and you know, I wish I could have done better. I would have done better if I had the Cardinal. You know, I'm used to that airplane. I fly it. I'm not scared of crashing it. And I was like, damn, boy, you're right. We should have just brought the Cardinal. You should have just flown that for intermediate. So
yeah, you're at the Nats. Relax. Enjoy yourselves.
Exactly. You know,
it ain't about, I'll tell you something I've learned through years of experience and a lot of time and money wasted. It ain't the trophies that count. It's the trip. It's the people and the fun and the memories.
No, I know.
Don't worry about the trophies.
I
That's
want
crap.
him to do well, Phil. You know, I want him to do
sure.
the best he can.
As long as he has fun. As long as he has fun, that's what matters.
He's having
father-son time and have fun. Because these days don't last long.
We already broke 2 hand-launched gliders, so we broke those already. We got a couple of flights on the capacitor, the electric capacitor free flight plane.
Oh, me.
We flew that one, and that one went okay. We brought a little bit of rubber stuff for later in the week. And then, Raddick and his son stopped on their way from Miami, Florida yesterday. They overnighted at my place in Nashville, and I got him back his 18 combat planes that were stolen out of the mail. If you remember that story, that last winter they ended up on a farm auction site, and Dave Morris found them and bought them for $25. He won the bid, and then I drove to Chattanooga and picked up the airplanes. So Raddick and his boy stopped at our house last night, and we fed him dinner. We flew a little RC stuff, hung out, and he's got his airplanes back. So happy ending there. He got, you know, $1,500 worth of airplanes returned to him.
Wow.
Oh yeah, he was flying them today. He got up. He left my house at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I didn't even hear him wake up. But yeah, he got up at 5 a.m. and they got to Muncie at noon, and he put those airplanes together and was flying them today.
Wow. That's pretty neat.
Yeah. Cutting it kind of short. Hey, Mike, your connection is really nice tonight.
Yeah, I noticed that too, man. It's amazing how when you don't have 4 kids on tablets and devices and a wife too. I maybe I just need to look at, you know, getting a better router and modem and boosting my signal or something like that, because this is hotel internet and not even the kind I'm paying for, and it's really good.
Yeah, we just I just changed the router on my house not too long ago, and we got a very good router, and the connection is pretty nice. I mean, I don't think I look that bad in a picture.
No,
I know.
I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, your picture's great. I don't know about your face, man.
Ow.
Hey, guys,
that's bad.
Ow, it's brutal.
Just a little change of
it's cold.
direction in the cold world. I picked up another printer the other day, and I got one of those. It's called an Echo Tank, where you have the bottom. You don't have cartridges to put in. So today I printed off 1,400 pages. Stuff I've been waiting to get a printer to print, and I've
1,400.
1,400, and I've got more than 80% of all of the oil, the ink that I started out with is still there. That's
really good, John.
Yeah, I'd never recommend another kind of printer again.
What kind is it?
It automatically prints both sides if I tell it to.
What kind is it?
It's a Epson. It's 2760. What do they call it? ET for Echo Tank. 2670 or 2760. Dang, I can't think of it. Yeah. ET 2760. Like I say, in the black ink is the biggest one of the tanks. So if you're looking to replace your printer somewhere down the line, I'd look at that line with the Echo tanks.
Sounds like a plan. But you do, John, you do know War and Peace is available at the library.
Yeah, but I wanted my own copy.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I could read about one page and I fall asleep. You know?
I don't print a whole lot of stuff.
What was that?
I don't print a whole lot of stuff, but, you know, I said I don't print a whole lot of stuff. And it might be 3 or 4 weeks in between me printing, and like I always got to redo my printer and clean the head. It's no good, and then I got to run it through its cleaning cycle, and then I can get a good, because I don't print stuff every day. You know, maybe once every 2 weeks I print something off, and it's like the head dries out or something. But and again too, if I get like 40 or 50 pages out of a cartridge, that's a lot, you know, before it dries out or tells to replace it or whatever. And those cartridges, you know, they're like $30 a piece or something, man.
Well, yeah, well, like the black, let me see if I can pull it up.
Did we lose Len? Did Len go away?
Here's the size of the black ink bottle that comes with it.
Oh,
wow.
They give you 2 of them because they know that you'll use more black than any other color.
That's
And
pretty
the color, the 3 bottles of colored ink are about half the size of this. Same height, but about half the diameter. And like I say, I was amazed because it's easy to load. It's not a card. But the thing is, like that bottle there costs about, if I remember right, it's about $30 for that big bottle of black ink. And, and for the 3 bottles of colored, it's about the same price. So for about $60, they say you've got enough ink to last you 2 years. Now I don't know if that's doing 1,400 sheets in a day. but
wow.
Anyway, we all use printers, and so that's why I brought it up to the group here. I know
That's
I
pretty
see the
neat.
airplane there.
Had to blow some dust off it.
Getting the dust off it.
Yeah. All right.
Has Tom Rammel been in tonight?
No.
Not yet. Oh, hang on. Steve wants to come in. Let me get Steve in here.
Well, I wonder. Tom called me yesterday. He must be packing his car because it sounds like we're going to have a roommate this week.
Right.
He said he's coming in Monday.
Oh, that's
Cool.
So,
Good. Yep.
That's cool. Hey, Steve, how you doing?
Hey, I was just wondering, I couldn't get in.
Everybody's been having fun tonight.
We had to take a vote, Steve, to see if you were going to let you in today.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it was,
You
it was
won.
a big no, but he was nice.
I said heck no, actually. We all had a vote.
So who's coming to
Oh.
stay with you, Mike? I couldn't quite hear it.
Tom Rammel, Minnesota, Tom.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's coming in Monday, and he's going to stay through Pampa on Saturday. So,
Cool.
Is he flying in or driving?
no, he's He said he was driving his Camaro. I don't know which one of the,
He's got a very nice
15 he probably knows. Who knows? I'm sure it's going to be nice. I said just as long as that flight streak that he built a laser cutter for to cut ribs on ends up in the trunk of that thing and gets here because I'm gonna get him flying. He still hadn't flown that flight streak yet. You remember he built that laser cutter and cut those ribs and
Yeah.
built that airplane? I said, you got a bed, man, but that airplane better show up here. So we'll get Tom flying this week. We'll maiden that and get it in the air.
So I take it you're already there then, Mike?
We're here at the illustrious Comfort Inn in Muncie.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, shit. Somehow I lost a whole day. I thought it was Thursday until I was watching Sports Center and they said they're talking about the U.S. Open on the Friday run some of these guys made. And I'm like, how in the hell could they make a run on Friday when it's Thursday?
You
But
did lose a day.
it's Friday.
Yeah, that's happened to me before.
Don't feel like the lone stranger. It happens to all of us when we get a little older.
That makes my day really busy tomorrow.
Are you heading out tomorrow?
No, I got to go pick up a trailer that I'm buying, and then I'm going to go grab the golf cart from my mom's, and I'm going to bring that down. So,
Oh, we're gonna have a golf cart to drive around in. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna be big time, Steve.
well, what it is, I was going to run an extra car until I found out they wanted $108 a day. And I'm like, shit, before I spend $700, I'm going to spend $1,000 on a trailer.
That you can own.
Take a golf cart.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you gotta stop at Wally World or a boat shop and get a couple of big skull and crossbone Jolly Roger flags to put on your golf cart so that they know you're the bad seed, man, the pirate.
Okay. I have to get them down there.
Yeah.
I got to pull the top off and the windshield out and stuff. I'm
You
not
gotta
going to tow
decorate it, man. You gotta
it. I'm
decorate
not
it.
going to tow it with that stuff on there.
Huh.
It's got a sunroof and a windshield and all that. And rear view mirrors, and it's all coming off. I'll have that ship flying down 69 coming to the Nat.
We're still live streaming, I think, Steve, and
Yeah, we're still live streaming.
yeah, watch the swear jar there, buddy. There was
Yeah.
3 S's in like 2 minutes. Come on, man.
That's $3, isn't it?
Yeah, all you gotta do is wait like 20 minutes, man. Then you can swear all you want, man.
I don't consider that swearing, but
Sounds like a Navy guy to me.
Yeah, sounds like a Navy guy to me too, man.
I was going to ask all you past military guys if when you guys got out, if they'd have had a Joint Base Andrews back then, would you stayed in if you'd have got stationed there?
Where's that?
I'm not sure what the question means.
Joint Base Andrews.
Never heard of it.
Not familiar with that either.
No,
It used to be Andrews Air Force Base,
right.
Oh,
but
yeah.
now they call it a joint base.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if that's whether you got smoked or not.
No,
Or
okay.
just smoke.
No,
My
I-
answer to that question is no times 10 because my 12-year-old son is sitting right next to me.
I quite frankly would have stayed in because I liked it.
Yeah.
I wish I had stayed in, to be honest with you. Of course, they were never going to let me fly airplanes, so I had to build a super ringmaster.
Oh, we got Len back again. Okay. His camera's on again.
guys.
Excellent.
Hey, man.
How we doing?
Doing well.
Had to take care of some stuff. It's all good.
All
Hey,
right.
Mike, tell Sam I like his airplane.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
We
you're
really
welcome.
like yours too.
Thank you.
The pictures on Facebook and on Stunthangar is a lot easier to see the detail than through the Zoom meeting thing. Boy, that thing is sharp, Len. It looks really
Thank you.
good.
Yeah, that's
Which
what
one is it?
His,
the
Which one are you talking
profile.
about?
The big
his
profile.
profile.
The big Spitfire?
No,
No,
no.
the lemon shark.
The
Oh,
lemon,
Lemon
shark.
Shark. That's cool too, but I like that Spitfire.
Oh,
That
thank
is
you.
sharp.
Hey, Mike, so
Very
tomorrow, first day on the new plane, or did you guys get it in the air before you left?
No, he flew the Vector 40 profile ARF today. I'm sorry, the profile ARF. The Brodak ARF Vector 40. He put up 3 flights on that today because he's got to fly that Sunday. So
Oh,
he's
yeah,
gonna-
so you're better off to get used to that.
yeah, and then we got the rest of the week to fly the new profile. So
Cool.
Oh, I thought you said that. I thought you flew the new one today.
no, the ARF. I thought I said ARF several times. Yeah.
Oh,
The full bodied one, not the new one. The new one has not flown yet. That'll fly Sunday afternoon or Monday.
Yeah, you might even,
That's why I was saying, Len, Sunday doesn't matter with this airplane. It's just whatever it is. It's intermediate. He flies whatever. The big thing will be him getting some time on the profile this week for next Saturday.
Right on.
What event's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell Sam I said good luck. I wish him good luck.
Thank you, Tryon. He's
All the
listening
best.
over here. He's in the other bed. Say it again.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
You're welcome, Sam.
You
That
relax
bright
and do good, Sam.
That bright yellow monocoat film really looks good on that blue.
It does. Yeah. For an old hippie,
got
you
bright-
did very well, Mike.
You got bright yellow? I thought you were going to use some kind of a orangish gold or something.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's orange. It just, I don't know why the pictures in the sunlight, the stripe on the fuse looks orange, but the one on the wing kind of looks yellow. But it's orange. It's like hunter orange. Trust me, it's day-glow orange.
Really?
But the way the sun was hitting it, yeah, it's all orange.
Cool.
Well, one thing about it, Mike, is that you could even, so he doesn't, change airplanes. You could even just do some test flights with that and get it, trimmed, or get somebody to help you get it, trimmed. I doubt if it comes off the bench 100% perfect, but it could.
I'm sure it won't.
No, it's you're absolutely right, Steve. And when I hear somebody like, well, I flew my plane, it came off the bench and flies perfect, I'm going like,
Not
blah,
perfect. Never
whatever.
perfect.
Well,
Whatever.
it depends. You after like 2 years, if you set it on the bench before you take it out, then you can say, yeah, it came right off the bench and it flew perfect.
Now,
It doesn't make it any different.
back in '92,
Comes the plane.
Yeah, it looks orange
Right.
there.
Now you can see it.
Orange.
Yep.
That looks good.
Okay. So
Yeah,
yeah, we
looks
really
orange
cheaped
now.
out on the striping, man. We just went as simple as we could.
And looks
It
good.
looks
Top to
good.
bottom, just something to
It looks good.
differentiate.
Simple is better a lot of the times.
A little stripe down the side,
Yeah,
and
looks good.
a black canopy, Len, just like you said, Len.
Looks
Black
nice. Looks nice.
And then we
Isn't
ghosted. We ghosted his AMA number, Combat Kid.
That's
Very
awesome. Very nice.
You can see it.
That is very nice,
That
Mike.
looks really good.
I had like 3 or 4 people ask on that control line flying. They were like, "Where's his AMA number?" I was like, "That's it. It's a vanity number." And they were like, "Oh, I didn't know they were doing that." I was like, "Yeah, if you pay them AMA, they'll do anything for you, man. They just, it's a revenue generator for
That's right.
people that want to be vain and not have a number they want to have."
Hey, but it was a simple paint job and it keeps it light.
Excuse
That's
me.
awesome.
Here we go again.
Yeah, you did a
Yeah.
good job,
Looks
Sam.
great, Sam.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll tell you what, the Gardner LA-46 was purring like a kitten, man, when I pulled it off the test stand after a bunch of runs.
That's
1 and
good.
2 flip starts and just hold the needle. You just move that needle an eighth and you can hear the engine change, go up or go down. I mean, and it's rock steady.
Yeah, I like the fact that you make a super nice nose on the plane, so it's nice and rigid, and so it's going to give you a good engine run.
Well, I didn't do it. Tom Dixon did it. He designed the kit. So thank Tom for that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let me catch up on the
So-
chat box real quick. Marcel Legrand says, "Evening all from New Zealand," and he goes on to say, "Good luck,
Hey, man.
Sammy. Fly it like a champ. It looks awesome."
What do you say?
Fly it like you stole it. Fly it like you stole it. It looks great.
Yeah, he remembers just, you can fly it like you stole it because Dad paid for it.
Yeah, but he didn't build it. That's the thing.
He did build it, so he's got some time in there, and that helped. But yeah, Samantha was like hell. They just show up again.
Steve,
So
actually,
it doesn't matter.
Mama paid for it. Dad didn't.
Yeah.
Mama paid for it.
Well, I tend to say, Mike, the stuff you do is worth a lot of money. So
You have to pay for it unless you can do it yourself. You do a good job.
I can't say much either. Naomi's paid for a lot of road jets over the years.
Yeah.
Does she know that?
Oh, she knows.
I mean, if you look at where the money really comes from.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah. It's, Lisa is our benefactor for sure in all things model airplanes.
That's awesome.
yeah, but you deserve a lot of credit for allowing her to be able to do the stuff she does.
You're right.
I am. I mean, and usually you find that out with people who are successful in life. It's usually their wife is, behind them and helping them out, or the husband helps the wife out. I mean, it takes the two, and
Exactly.
It takes two. It always has.
And the day you don't help each other, it all starts going south.
Exactly.
Yep.
I know Mike tends to want to be a prima donna, but he does seem to put in a lot of time.
I do it. I put in some work around the house.
Yeah,
I tell you, you do. You take care of a lot of stuff and take a lot of
shit.
pressure off her.
Right.
So
Thank you. I appreciate that.
don't undercut yourself, Mike, on stuff like that. I mean, it's like with me and the Samantha. If it wasn't for my mom, I really don't know, how I'd have got everything done and been able to work the hours I did and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, because you were a single dad.
Yeah.
Well, Sam and I are just very fortunate that Mom and wifey is supportive of our model airplane efforts. She's very supportive of us participating in this hobby and flying toy airplanes. So that helps a lot.
Most definitely.
She sees it as a good thing for both of us, and she understands going to contests is important, and it's bonding time for me and Sam, and she understands that when we're building airplanes together, we're not just playing with toys. He's learning stuff. He's learning how to use tools. He's learning how to measure. He's learning how to paint. There's an educational aspect to this hobby as well.
Yeah, it's only going to be a few years.
It's
He's
a
gonna be
big
building
one.
all
Yeah.
your airplanes for you.
Yeah. She's not standing there with her rolling pin going, "Are you guys playing with toy airplanes again? That's so dumb. That's so stupid, playing with toy planes." She gets it, so
it all has to do with idle hands.
Idle hands. Yeah.
If you don't have, if you have idle hands with kids, stuff goes downhill in a hurry.
Amen.
Amen.
My wife actually flew control line plane about 15 years ago. She tried it. She tried it a couple times. Yeah. Yeah, I got her flying flat and level, and she actually did it a few times, but it just wasn't her bag, man. It wasn't something she wanted to pursue. But she used to come out every Sunday and watch. But before the kids came along, I was flying with some local guys here, and my wife would come every Sunday and bring a blanket and a book, and she'd be there all day for 6 hours while we flew and just hang out and watch us and launch us if we needed. Talked her into flying a couple times, and she giggled a little bit, and she's like, "Okay, I tried it, but it's not really my thing." then it's
Not for everybody.
right.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's why with, you know, Samantha, she had flying, she had track, she had dance, she did cheer, she did pom. And I mean, I swear to God, I never had a month go by through the whole year that I wasn't running all the time. But, you know, she loved doing the stuff, and it all went along with what her grades were. The more A's she got, the more stuff she got to do. So
I've got 2 of them, Steve.
yeah.
I know just what you mean, brother.
But you know, it paid off in the long run. She never got no trouble, and
That's my pillow.
Yeah.
I mean, I got called to school one time was it. You know, about something she did, and I stuck up for her, and I didn't think she did anything wrong, but I don't, you know, I mean, my mom knew my principal on a first name basis. She was down there so much,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I'm just glad that, you know, I didn't have to go through that with Samantha.
Absolutely. You guys, let me catch up on the chat box. Michael Gell says he was in the Navy. Marcel Legrand says, I taught my wife to fly and got her looping and stuff. Then she just lost interest. That's pretty good, Marcel. That's awesome. I hope to get my wife to fly sometime. My wife's disabled, but I think she might be able to, on a good day, try it. But
I got a lot of women loopy.
I thought whenever I hear about wife, that's so awesome. I know Gerald Wimmer.
Not just my wife.
Gerald Wimmer, his wife flies, and then Lynn's wife flies, and
She does.
Hey, John, did Joy ever fly? Did Joy ever try it, John?
No, but she was there, support me at every contest I went to.
That's awesome.
Tryon, does your wife fly, or did she ever fly? Peter, how about your wife, Peter? Did she ever fly when she was healthy?
No, couldn't see the point.
And Phil, how about you? Your wife?
She's flown once, and she's talking about trying it again. So
cool.
Yeah. Still
She,
got hope.
She wants a new car, huh, Phil?
See the look on his face.
Hey, my wife's got a Mustang convertible. There ain't no room for a model airplane in that thing.
Okay. So
Bet
Carl,
I could fit one in.
What was that, Charles?
Has Kathy ever flown?
No, she doesn't have an interest in it. She enjoys doing a lot. She's an avid reading.
Okay.
She'll read anything, you know, that's good and wholesome, and that's what her forte is. But she supports me and my flying and going to contests every now and then. And
that's awesome.
That's cool. And Gary, you're the last one. Gary, did Opal ever fly? Your wife?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, we get
But she's behind me.
That's good. That's good.
You know, something that I'm real happy to see going on in Mike's life is when me with my model airplanes, I started at 5 years old carving model airplanes out of sticks and proceeded on from there. But my father was always busy working. He worked very hard and long hours trying to take care of his family back then. And I would, as I got older and in high school, every weekend I was out at the flying field, you know, and with all my buddies and that. And it was interesting.
Give me a second.
Just before my father died, well, we didn't know he was going to die. It was kind of, but he said, you know, John, I've always felt bad that I never seen you fly. He says, would you take me out with you next time you go? And I said, sure, Dad. Well, he passed away the next week.
Wow.
But his son Mike's son there, Sam, will be far better off for all the time he's spending with his dad at this time, and the things that they've got in common, and they've done together and the memories they've shared. I mean, my dad was a good man, don't get me wrong, you know, but it's one thing I always missed is I never had the support out of my family when I was, you know, flying. And so anyway.
Yeah. Well, you know, Mike is fortunate that his dad flew a lot, and his dad flying, so it's kind of a generational thing.
Just keeps passing down.
I fly with a guy that flies with his dad. Still, his dad is his name is Fred, and Fred Miller is about 80, 83 or 84 years old. He's flying. He just recently had to give up control line, but he's been flying. I mean, it was like we've had times when Fred was out there, Keith, his son, and then his grandson, Jeremy, was out there. It was like 3 generations. I've seen that. And I thought that was the coolest thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and so, but I try to get my son to fly. He's not interested. So it's how it is.
But the thing about spending time with your kids and teaching your hobby, whatever it may be, and spending as much time as you can with them, is that one day they're going to be graduating from high school, they're going to be going to college, and then they'll be pursuing their own careers, get married, start raising their own families, where they just may not have the time or live across the state somewhere, sometimes in another country, where they won't be able to spend as much time together as they did when they were growing up. So right now is a very crucial time for all the kids in the family, no matter whether they're daughters or boys.
Yeah. And I have to say that most of my beginning in the mechanical and the theories and all of that, and flight and all of that stuff that I've been blessed to have learned over my lifetime came about because of my extreme interest in the model aircraft.
That's awesome.
That's something that my dad and I didn't get to share either. But hey, you know, most of us at this age, we're looking at grandkids. We all know you cannot get a kid to fly and enjoy it if he doesn't really want to do it or he doesn't really enjoy it.
That's right. Exactly. Some want it and some don't. And that's the way it is. That's right.
Well, I got a surprise today. My grandson called me a while ago. He's coming in from, I don't know where. They go all over the country laying concrete. And he called and he says, "Grandpa, I'm home. I understand you got a contest tomorrow." I said, "Well, it's a fun fly, but I'm going to go fly in Raleigh." Yeah, about 2.5 hours away, 2 hours away. And he said, "Can I go?"
Wow.
Wow.
I said, "Yeah,
awesome.
I'll pick you up in the morning at 6 o'clock. Well, I'll see you at the house at 6 o'clock." So that one hit me out of the blue. That one came out of left field somewhere, but I like it.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Do you have something for him to fly?
Son, I'll find something. I will find something. If I have to let him fly have to let him fly my brand new Ringmaster, I'll find something for him to fly.
Because that just might be the spark that he's looking for or need to get the bug, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get him going. I'm going to build him a half A next week. I've got a plan. Tom gave me a set of plans to a stunt trainer. I don't know where it came from, but it's a basic flight is what they call it. And I have an 049 downstairs that I put together out of pieces, and it starts and ran really well. I was amazed how well it ran. It does have a 2-port sleeve in it, which I probably should not put in there on a trainer. But anyway.
Yeah, I got plans for the climber.
I have some plans for a half A, which I think is just about the best flying half I ever flew.
What is it? Is it built up wing?
It is a built up wing, yes. And it's a twin boom fuselage with a big long horizontal stabilizer, and the nose looks like long ass nose, like it's like
you talking about a Bearcat? You talking about Bob Barron's Bearcat?
It looks like the Humbug, the Bob Barron's Humbug.
Yeah, I'd like to have plans to that. I'd like to have plans to that one. That's a nice flying airplane. He flew it here one time in a contest. It flew so darn fast. I was glad I wasn't judging because
Half, eh?
It had a 51 on it, I think, 49 or 51 on it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
God, it
yeah.
just flew so fast.
Well, half
went
A
through the
will fly
maneuvers.
fast. I think if you get a half A to fly about 5-second lap time, I mean you got it to slow it down big time.
Yeah, really.
Really, seriously, you slow it down big time. Because
Yeah.
So
half
you
A's,
guys,
you know, they have, you know, because of the scale effect, this has so little air that they fly through. It's like you're trying to
Yeah.
take your stunt plane on top of Himalayas and expect it to perform the same as on the ground level.
Yeah.
I'll show you guys my.
Your
Go
what?
ahead.
Go ahead.
Go
I
ahead.
was just going to say, I'll show you guys my favorite half A trainer.
All righty. Yeah, bring it.
Okay.
Hey, I want to show you something. You know, I told Tom I had a bed for him. I don't have any room for him. He's got a bed. I hope he doesn't have a lot of stuff because that's a box of combat planes, more combat planes, more combat planes. Sam's RC.
I can't believe you got all that stuff in your truck without a cap on.
Other one there. And then his stunt plane in the corner. So we have a bed for Tom, but I don't have any room for Tom. he's going to have to stay on the bed, I guess. I don't know. It wasn't, well, what I had to do, Steve, we put all the pit boxes and both of Sam's vectors, the profile and the ARF, in the back seat of the truck. And that took up most of all the half A's were in there too. All our speed limits, I made a double big box out of Home Depot. That's got 8 combat planes in it. And that went in the bed of the truck strapped down with the tent, the table, the chairs, the cooler, and the fuel, 5 gallons of fuel. And then we brought the profile Pathfinder that we're giving to Brendan and his family. There was no room in the cab for it. So I put it on top of everything in the back of the pickup and then lashed it down with rope. And it rode from Nashville to here, sitting on everything in the back of the truck for 5.5 hours. And boy, that rudder was a fluttering and the elevator was fluttering. But, you know, it's a beater airplane. And I'm like, okay, it might have some rash on it when it gets here. But as long as it gets here, I'll tell him to run a bunch of CA down the elevator and the rudder. You know, I'll be like, make sure you run some CA down there. Because, you know, going 80 miles an hour and doing this for 5 hours, it might have loosened some stuff up. But, you know, whatever. It's here. The wing didn't break and the fuse didn't break, and it made it. But it was exposed, like literally on top of everything, just sitting there. I think people thought we were nuts when they were passing us on the freeway because we had a model airplane strapped down in the back of the bed, man, just right out there in the open. But what you got there, Len?
This is my Naomi's Coreplast half A Ringmaster.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you, this thing is the most durable half A I have ever seen. It's probably had 100 crashes on it now, but I'll tell you, it's great for flying level. It's great for learning how to do loops and wing overs. It just flies outstanding for what it is. Just got a Brodak 049 on it with a 6.4 prop. And a 5.4 prop, and it's just the cat's butt. It flies neat. Amazing.
That's
and
neat.
It's so simple to make. I mean, you can make the thing in probably an hour or two. And it's so durable. I mean, like I say, it's probably got 100 crashes on it. Doesn't hurt it. As long as you don't deck it on the asphalt or something. But to crash it in the grass or whatever, you can crash it all day long and it doesn't break. You know what? And all I did for the motor mount, it's just a 1/8-inch Coreplast for all parts. And then the fuselage, I put 16th ply doublers on it. And then put in the actual core of the plastic, I put some hardwood for screwing the motor on. That's all. Just glued it in with some epoxy, and that was it. Just slid it into the Coreplast along the front. Just push the hardwood into the 2 holes with some epoxy on it, and there's your motor mounts. Put the plywood sandwich on the outside, and it's done. So simple.
How did it work?
The canopy's just tape. I just use black electrical tape for the canopy. I mean, it just doesn't get any easier than that.
Yeah.
That's
What's that?
neat.
How long are your lines when you fly that?
About 25 feet, between 25 and 30.
Yeah.
And I
You
just
know-
use Dacron.
Somewhere I have a set of plans that are drawn by Wild Bill. That's about, and it used one sheet of 1/8 inch. Was it 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch? It was used one sheet of balsa.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm going to bed. Good night.
Okay,
right,
Tryon.
Yeah.
Anybody else
Take
from
care,
you?
Trayan. I'm out of here in just a
Hey,
minute
Tryon,
myself.
thanks for sending those props.
Did you get him?
No, not yet. They'll get here soon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It takes a
I'll-
while to get them into the country. They have to examine everything, you know.
I put like $50 on there just in case they want to make it to pay duty or something like
Okay.
that.
Well, whatever. If I owe you some money, I'll pay you when I see you. Or
No,
I'll send
no,
it to
no.
you, whatever.
No, you don't owe me anything, but you might owe them,
Okay. Oh, that's fine.
because it's like an import tax or something like that.
Okay. Well, whatever they want to charge me, I'll deal with it.
If they will.
Okay, if they do. Okay. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated.
Trayan, take care of
Hey, good
yourself.
night.
Take care,
All right,
Trayan.
good night, guys.
Have a
Night,
good night.
Ryan.
Is anybody else had a know about that Netzbond design? That's a one sheet.
No, I
No,
don't.
I've never heard of it.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
I'll see if I can dig out the plans. Maybe I can do a show and tell on it next.
Okay.
I still want
Cool.
to plant that twin boomer that you showed me. The
The-
Torino, that thing was
Torino?
sharp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was awesome.
I like that.
Has
That's a good
anybody
looking
flown
airplane.
a trophy trainer?
Yeah, I do.
You like
I
that?
have 2 kits.
I have the kits. It's in a box in the basement. I've never opened it, but
The trophy.
Tommy won profile with a trophy trainer with a OS 25 on it.
Trophy
You
trainer
tell
is
me
a good airplane.
You tell me he ain't got a steady hand.
Ben Mills flew that for a couple of years in junior. He built one and flew it for a couple of years for senior.
I think it was Jim
Amazing little
Mayfield's
airplane.
design, wasn't it?
What'd you say, John?
So I think it was Mayfield design out of Southern California.
I can't remember the guy that built these. Lives down in Georgia. I know his name if I hear it, but I can't think of it. But he builds a bunch of them and sells them cheap. Sells them for about $120, and they're just neat airplanes. It's just he builds a small one and a big one. I have not seen a big one, but they fly. It's hard to argue with the way the thing flies. It's just very neat flying airplane.
Hey, Sam,
Yeah.
what special food you want at the cookout?
Steve's cooking out. Hamburgers are fine
With pickles.
with pickles, he says.
Well, that's going to be covered, but does he want a special dessert? I'll let him pick this year. I usually let Samantha pick. He wants a dessert or a side or something like that he likes, and I'll make sure it's there.
He's not a dessert kid, man. I got the one kid that like doesn't like cake and doesn't like ice cream and
That's me. But Samantha, I never hardly.
yeah, he's
of that.
not a dessert guy, man.
Well, you might want a side of
Pickle
baked
sauce.
beans or coleslaw or what, something that.
Yeah, you're not speaking his language, man. He's got 4 food groups: pizza, hamburgers, chicken nuggets, and French fries. I mean, that's
Well,
it.
we could have some French fries there for him.
Yeah, he don't have the sweet tooth, man. Not for I don't get it, but yeah, no ice cream, no pie, no cakes, none of that stuff.
Wow.
That's
Well,
cool.
if he thinks of something before Tuesday, he'll see me there, so he can let
Man,
you
he's
know.
gonna have the kid's gonna have good teeth and everything. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
incredible. Yeah, what's up with
That
that?
is.
Actually, he just went to the dentist and he had no cavities, which
I'll
I
bet.
don't know how. But yeah, he had no
Good
cavities.
deal, Sam. Good for you, Sam.
My
You
my
want-
best friend is 61 years old. He's never had a cavity.
That's awesome, man.
Good
That's
grief.
awesome.
Yes,
Yeah, I mean, it is. I used to see him open bottles with his teeth, but he's never had a cavity in his life. And the dentist said that the enamel on his teeth is so thick that they couldn't believe it.
Wow.
When they did an X-ray.
Hey, Mike, oh brother, I'll be all right. Hey, Steve, I'm gonna be 60 years old in a couple of weeks. In a few weeks. I don't have any memory, and I've never had a cigarette and only had one beer.
Wow.
You say you still got a memory?
No, I haven't got a memory. I can't even remember Steve's name.
Yeah. See, I can't remember what day it is. I mean, that's really bad. I thought it was Thursday.
Holy crap, we're in trouble.
You know what they call that, don't you?
Alzheimer's.
No, CRS.
Yeah, right.
That's it. Can't remember stuff.
Yeah.
Never heard that one before.
Me either.
That's what I got. CRS.
Hey, you guys, on a different note, let me get to the chat box. And Michael Gill says, I remember reading about John Glenn, the astronaut. He had a strong interest in model airplanes as a child and even built a wind tunnel tester when he was young, then went on to become a test pilot, then became an astronaut. Yeah, a lot of our pilots in the aerospace program, they flew model airplanes. They were really into model aviation when they were kids. That's pretty common. Even a lot of our
Bill Rutan.
Even our fighter pilots in the military, a lot of them had interest in model aviation. It's a shame that it's not encouraged, because that's where we get some of our astronauts from.
Ask Will Davis about the time Neil Armstrong was here at the Nats in Muncie.
I met him. That's where I met him.
Wow.
That's where I met him, at the Nats. He's an incredible man.
He's Indiana boy. And he was a modeler, and he showed up here in the 80s or 90s or something. In the 90s.
96, something like that. 96, 97, somewhere in there. He was incredible. He'd sit and talk to you as just, memory like a steel trap. He could remember everything.
Wow.
He was interesting.
So he was the opposite of Len.
I said, what was the I said, what was it like taking that first step off the limb and onto the surface of the moon? I said, what were you going through your mind when you stepped off the limb and going to step on the moon, the first time a human being has stepped on the moon? He says, honestly? I said, yeah. It's a little early to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Oh, shit. Oh, he was a neat guy. He says not really, but he says you just have to put faith in the scientists and the people who have done this whole trip. And he says, from the time they lit the candle till the time you splash down, anything goes wrong and you're done.
Yeah.
But you just have to be able to trust your mechanics and engineers. And he was an incredible man.
Hey, if you want to watch an interesting movie about NASA and the space program, have you all seen that movie called Hidden Figures?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
That was a real eye opener for me. So
yeah, a lot of Black history is just hidden.
The little woman who they wouldn't take off until she said it was right.
Yes.
Sitting there doing they had all these computers, and this woman's got a chalkboard and a piece of chalk, and she outfigured the computers. Yeah, that was neat.
That's
wild. You haven't seen that movie, Lynn? You haven't
I'm
seen
sorry?
it?
I haven't seen that movie.
Oh, you got to get that movie. It's
what's it called?
Hidden Figures.
Hidden Figures. I will check into it. That's awesome.
Yeah, kind of play on words, because you got these women.
I'm gonna write it down.
Hidden Figures. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but it wasn't just about the three, even though that's what the storyline was around. But it's just some of the challenges that the whole team NASA had to overcome. They had to invent the math because the math didn't exist. And
that was a great movie. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, let me tell you this. The thing that got me about that, talking to Mr. Armstrong, you got to remember, we didn't have telephones like this. We had, I think I had a BlackBerry. He said there's more technology in that telephone you're holding than landed man on the moon. He said we had the equivalent of 3 those those computers that were household computers. It's Commodore VIC 20s, VIC 64s. 3 of those
Commodore
landed man on the moon
64.
and brought them home. There's more technology in your telephone than landed man on the moon.
Phil, I had heard that, you remember the Atari system? First, I had heard that had the same computing power as what they had in the capsule that took them to the moon and back.
Yeah, I heard that too. We sat and talked for
whatever it was.
We sat and talked for a long time, and that man was incredible. Just whatever you wanted to talk about, he could talk on it, and just
Brilliant.
But all these people that say we didn't really land on the moon, he could set your mind at ease pretty quick. Yeah, we did.
So where's the airplane you had that year with his signature on it? You gonna tell me you didn't get away without having him sign one of your airplanes?
I did. I screwed up.
I mean, heck, I caught Howard Rush out here 3 years ago and had him sign a Nemesis for me, man. You had Neil Armstrong.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I was flying my stunt wagon that year, and the plane was so greasy. It was so greasy from all castor fuel that we tried to ride on it, and it wouldn't stay. It wiped right off.
Yeah, I bet.
Hey, Mike, I want to get Howard to sign mine too.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
I'm gonna get Howard to sign mine next time I see him. I got one question, and I got to get out of here. I got a 6 o'clock. I got to pick my grandson up at 6 a.m. I got to be out of here at 5:30. What I have downstairs I found a combat kit that I've come across some way. It's called it's a Mike's Generics.
Doc's Generics.
Doc's Generics Hornet.
Mm-hmm.
Doc's Generics Hornet. You interested? Is that
Does
anything
it
you'd be
have
interested
the foam? Does it have is it a foam wing combat plane?
I don't think so. I think it's wooden wing.
Okay. So Doc's, if it's got a built-up wing in it and it's there, yes, I could possibly be interested. But Doc's also, Doc Passon was his name, and he did a lot of homebrew combat stuff in the 70s and 80s.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of his kits were made for foam wing, and he would tell you in the instructions how to get a block of foam and cut your own foam wing with a bow.
This has ribs.
All it had was a fuselage and a tail. This one has ribs in it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can ask around. I mean, I typically don't do a whole bunch of vintage stuff. Is it a monoboom or twin boom?
Yeah, it's monoboom.
It's monoboom. It's probably for like a 35 or something like that.
Oh yeah.
It's called a Hornet. It's one of the Doc's Generics Hornets. I'll ask around this week at the combat circle. Somebody's going to want it. Bob Mears may want it for the combat museum if he doesn't already have one. So,
well, I have one. I have it, and it ain't going nowhere because I don't fly combat.
Okay.
I went out and watched a combat match a few weeks ago, and the guys were just playing around. It wasn't any real serious combat guys. These were just guys fooling around. They had old Fox 36Xs. And I can't see that fast. That's too fast for me. Anyway, guys, take care. I'll see you Monday night.
Hey, Phil, tell your grandson that's a hell of a Father's Day present he's giving you tomorrow.
Yeah,
that's exactly the truth. I mean, he's a good kid, 25 years old and a good kid. Y'all have a great week. Take care.
See you, Phil.
Len.
Yeah.
I figured out a solution to your problem.
Oh no, what's my problem?
That you don't have Howard Rush's signature on your Nemesis.
Oh yeah, okay.
I just figured it out. What's it covered in? What is it a Monaco model? Is it silk and dope? What is it?
Fastkel.
Fastkel, perfect.
Yeah,
I just happen to have a roll of Fastkel here.
I know what you're gonna do. That's awesome.
I'll cut out a square and I'll have Howard sign.
Yeah, sign it, and then
I'll double laminate it and then send it to you, and you can
stick it on my airplane.
That's how you're gonna get your airplane signed.
What a great idea! Thank
you.
Yeah, that's a real buddy.
You tell Howard thanks and thank you.
Yeah, I'm only gonna charge you 600 Canadian to ship it
Oh,
to
okay,
you.
I thought it was gonna be like 25 bucks, but.
Yeah,
Well, you'd be able to buy a hamburger with that.
Unbelievable.
Hey, Mike, and the one thing is that if you don't do it by next week, he won't remember it anyway. So
No, I will. I got FastCal here. Yeah, I'll just have to sign a piece of FastCal and then I'll send it to you.
Now write it down on the table there so you don't forget.
Sam will remember. What are you gonna remember, Sam?
I don't know.
Get how.
I don't know.
It's
I'm
for
not-
Len. It's for the Canadian guy.
I know.
Gave you
Well,
the
you-
shirt.
Guys can't remember.
Hey,
Unbelievable.
Nick,
And
Three
I
guys.
couldn't. I know. I'm
You
kidding you.
you can play with him. Says, "Oh yeah, I sent it to you. Don't you remember?"
What's the
yeah,
matter with you?
what'd you do with it?
Oh Lord, we're in bad trouble here.
Yes.
Ah, that'll be
Let
perfect.
me let me
That's
catch
awesome.
you on the chat box,
Thanks, Mike.
and then we're gonna go into the after party. So we have on the chat box, Michael Gell. He said, "I used to deck them on the asphalt." Yeah, I remember those days
Me
also.
too.
And he said, "I thought Tryon was living in the USA." Well, that's true. Tryon does live in the USA. I don't know the disconnect, but yeah, Tryon lives. What state is
Atlanta.
Wyatt.
Atlanta.
Atlanta. Tryon's in
Atlanta.
the United States. And then Michael Gell goes on to say, yes, learning aeronautics. And then he goes on to say, it's wonderful you guys were able to meet him. I think he's referring to Neil Armstrong. Yeah, that is awesome. And we have, well, at our height, we've had as many as, let me see here, 25 viewers. And we have 20 likes. So if you haven't given us the like sign, or give us the thumbs up, please do that. And if you're watching this as a replay, remember we do this every Monday and Friday, starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. And come on in on Monday or Friday night. And let me see. There was also, there's no chat revenue. So again, throughout this weekend, Sparky's going to be filming, and all next week is going to be filming. Please support his efforts by doing the donations when he's doing the live broadcast. Please show him some love and give him some donations, because he's going to be paying out of pocket for these broadband and all that stuff, the bandwidth, all that stuff at the Nats, which is awesome. So thank you very much for coming in. We had some good conversations, a lot of fun. This is Friday, so we'll be back Monday. Please go out there and have some fun and come back and tell us all about it. But we're not going to stop. We're going to continue talking about model airplanes and other things in the after party. So consider coming in and becoming a member of Stunthangar. And until then, we'll see you. So have tight lines and fair winds, and see ya.
Okay, Steve, let her rip.
Hang on a second. Hang on. I still got to end the stream. Remember, this is